Hey everyone, I hope am I audible to everyone. Just confirm me my voice is clear to everyone or not. And guys, happy Ganesh Chaturthi to everyone. And I hope you are enjoying today. So we got connected after a long time. I was busy. Actually, our office is getting renovated. So in that, so let's wait for a few minutes. Let's everyone join, and then we'll start our discussion. And guys, recently I have uploaded few of the broadcast. One broadcast with one of my student who got selected in LabCorp. Now he is into Fortria because LabCorp, the statistical division or the division which were responsible for data analysis or this thing, they got separated into Fortria, and the lab division got separated into the LabCorp. So he's working in LabCorp, and within 2 years, he's in the same company since 2 years. He got selected 2 years back. So you can go and check that video as well. It will give you the clarity how was his journey. I have asked many questions, and that video is especially about the CDM. Okay, so you can get the whole clarity about the CDM role, salary, growth, each and everything. And here Suraj is having some question. Why freshers and 1 2 year एक्सपीरियंस की ओपनिंग नहीं रहती? सूरज, इसके ऊपर तो मैं डिटेल में आई थिंक 5 6 बार वीडियो बना चुका हूँ एंड 10 20 टाइम्स लाइव में बता चुका हूँ. ऐसा नहीं है कि टोटली नहीं रहती, बट फ्रेशर की ओपनिंग जब भी होती है तो क्या होता है, बहुत जल्दी फिलअप हो जाती है. एक्सपीरियंस की ओपनिंग इट्स लाइक कि एक्सपीरियंस पर्सन तुरंत ज्वाइन नहीं कर सकता कोई कंपनी. तो उस केस में क्या होता है कि his that post of getting hiring experienced person, that will get circulated in the market, because if they are hiring experienced people, so experienced people might be already working in some XYZ company, right? तो उस केस में पोस्ट 2 3 महीने सर्कुलेट होती रहती है, तो इसलिए आपको मोस्टली लिंक्डइन पे वो पोस्ट ज़्यादा दिखती है. एंड फ्रेशर की जैसी निकलती है विद इन वीक और विद इन नेक्स्ट डे, नेक्स्ट 2 3 डेज इतने सीवी कलेक्ट हो जाते हैं कि वो पोस्ट डाउन कर देते हैं. Lakshmi Prasad, sir, what's the role offered in CDM if he learns as CDM programming? The role will be CDM programming. So, hey there, finally I got to know that you got selected in some company in Ahmedabad itself. So, after hearing this, I was feeling good. So, congratulations, you have completed your journey. And I got to know like from few people, even I have observed that they initially you are very active, not initially, like during your journey you are very active. So I think the activeness you have shown during your journey in the learning part, that have contributed in your selection. So Dave, since I know like you have learned from different institute, so I would like to know if some student is learning from different institute, not from my academy. So what contribution I have done, since I am into this platform on YouTube, or you have maybe you have taken counseling with me, if I am correct. So what contribution do you feel? What contribution I'm able to do on the YouTube or on the call? You felt that that have given you some additional knowledge or something. I would like to know, so that I'll know the other end, where the other end of this as well, that if someone is learning from other institute, I am doing counseling to him, how I'm able to help him. Okay, Mohit, Pratik is asking any update of fresher hiring. Till I think August, some hirings were there, July, August. Now I think the next cohort of hiring will be, it will start on November, December. What I feel, some hirings will be always going on, some small amounts of quantity of hiring, but majorly I feel it will start back in November, December. Dev, but my colleagues recognize me based on my LinkedIn profile. Yeah, that's a power of LinkedIn. Even I do remember because of your LinkedIn profile only, to be true. We had a discussion, but if I have to truly tell you that out of, if I have, maybe I have connected to many people who are with the Dev name, but why do I remember you? Because you are very active on LinkedIn, and I got to hear from different people. Even I have seen some of your posts. Ganesh is telling, sir, I am a final year B Pharma. Suggest me a course that I can look forward to for my career, which has good scope, handsome package, around 5 to 8 LP as a fresher. See, there are multiple roles. If you want to prepare, you can prepare for CDM and statistical. Don't take separate training for CDM. Take the training for statistical. But remember, this journey can take up to 1 year. So let's suppose if your training duration is around 4 months, or if you are in the college, so you can start learning. So around 4 to 5 months it can take for learning maximum, and remaining, I think in total 6 months, 7 months it can take for the journey to be completed, getting job. So if you are in the college, that's good. You'll save some time in that journey, and if you are about to complete your college, it's the last year, last sem. So the journey can take up to 1 year. What my suggestion for fresher is that after the training, don't wait for this job only. Like just give some time. Let's suppose 4 months you have spent it in the training. After that, get an XYZ job. Let's suppose PV, medical writer, whatever you are getting on behalf of your education, on the basis of your education, and then like keep applying for this statistical programmer job, because statistical programmer hirings are in pattern compared to other jobs. Like every job have their pattern of hiring, but statistical hiring pattern can take up to 4 months easily. So if hiring is happening this month, so you can assume the next hiring can happen after 3 or 4 months, if you have seen bulk hiring in this month. So you can see it can take, if you missed one opportunity, it can take another 4 months. So that's my suggestion. Like, don't sit idle after the training. Get a job and keep applying for the this high paying job or demanding job. And then once you get it, switch to this job. Once you crack the entry. So yeah, that's what I can suggest from my experience. Devgad, sir, you gave me proper path how to approach on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for giving me guidance. It helped me a lot. That's great, Dev. Mohit is telling my questions are. Let me read it right away. हाय सर, मैंने एमएससी स्टैटिस्टिक्स कंप्लीट कर लिया है, बड़ा कंफ्यूज हो रहा हूँ, क्या करूँ, प्लीज को सजेस्ट कर दीजिए. सी, इफ यू हैव डन एमएससी स्टैटिस्टिक्स, you should choose only, confidently I am telling you, choose statistical programmer role or biostatistician role. Okay, for you the best role can be statistical programmer or biostatistician. Okay, and initially, if you are not getting opportunity in these two, you can go for CDM as well. And you are eligible for all of these three roles. If you want to know in detail, Mohit, you can connect me through one-to-one counseling. You can see in the channel about section or in the video, any of the video about section, you'll find a link one-to-one counseling. So there we can discuss in detail about this biostat or statistical. Invisible by regulatory affairs versus pharmacovigilance. Which sector has good scope, future, high salary? If you are seeing for long term, then I'll suggest you CDM statistical. And if you're from stat background, then biostatistician as well. Within these two, if you have to choose for short term, you can choose any one of either regulatory affairs as well and pharmacovigilance as well. I don't see long term growth in both of this role compared to the role which I have told you right now, CDM and statistical or biostat. Pratik, can you please share the name of organization which have done hiring in August? I have to check the name, Pratik. Brinda, I have 5 years gap after graduation due to marriage and kid. Now I am actively applying for statistical programmer entry level role. Can I get call from a company? You can get Brinda, but I think you need you should have some discussion with some experts, industry expert, those who are working in the industry, or like you can connect to people like me as well. So you can choose one-to-one counseling with me. Maybe I can guide you in detail, Brinda. And for sure, you can get the entry, but the journey will be little different for you because of the gap. And there is no, as such big difference, but the journey will be a little different for you. But now due to job hours, spending time on LinkedIn is now little bit difficult. So actually that is a journey, right? Initially, that was the peak time for using LinkedIn for you to get the interview or to get the connections. Now you got the job, right, Dev? So now it's time to focus on the job, right? So every phase have their own peak time for few things. I see it the same. Like initially, you should focus on your learning. Then, once your journey is about to complete the learning journey, then you should focus on getting interviews. In that, you can include LinkedIn, especially. And after that, once you get the job, then you should focus on your work. So, Champ, when is the next batch is going to start for clinical SaaS? Champ, for this you can reach out to me, and I think this will be around 10th this month, 10th only, September 10th. Invincible, how to get into statistical programmer role. I'm a fresher. For this, I have created tons of video with Invincible, and if you want to have detailed discussion, uh, what I feel, guys, whenever you are choosing something as a career, okay, your career, so you should always after you should watch some videos on internet or do your thorough research on using internet. But after that, you should also have discussion with some industry expert if you know them, or you can reach out to them on LinkedIn, or you can connect to me as well. You should have a detailed discussion before taking a decision. You should know your journey. And in my YouTube, I have created a lot of videos, a lot of playlists for the statistical programmer journey. Even I have created some videos with my students where you can see their entire journey. I have asked them many questions: how you started your journey and how did you decided to choose training institute, all those things. Sure, I'm open to help anytime. Lakshmi Prasad Nayak, sir, is B Pharma degree with SAS base and advances enough to get job in CDM? Yes, Lakshmi Prasad, of course. It's invincible. So you are saying choose clinical data management as fresher and try to get into clinical SaaS, right? No, I'm not telling this. Get the training for invincible. Your educational background is, just confirm your educational background first. Pratik, I got 3 interviews in last 3 months, but unfortunately rejected. Should I wait for next interview and try to search other job? Please suggest. If you got 3 interviews, and you got rejected, you need to, of course, focus on yourself. What's the reason of those rejections? Is it related to your technical knowledge? Is it related to your communication? Is it related to the behavior? What's the reason? You need to first figure it out. On top of that, should you wait for the next interviews? Of course, there is no choice, instead of waiting. But if you feel that you have already spent it, 3 4 months, 5 6 months, 6 7 months in this journey for looking for jobs. So what I feel, you should decide some time limit, that I'll spend 3 4 or 5 6 months for looking for a job on this role. If I'm not getting it, I'll get an X job for short time. Okay, PV or a medical writer or regulatory affairs, any job for short time. I'll get the job and I'll keep applying for this statistical role. And the next time I'm gonna crack the interview, I'm gonna switch as well. B Pharma. So invincible. If you have done B Pharma, so you are eligible for two roles, the high paying roles or the high growth roles I'm talking about, right? There are multiple roles you are eligible for. So the high growth roles are statistical and CDM. So you should get training if you haven't done it for a statistical, because statistical includes the CDM part. If you're getting training for statistical role, so you get the knowledge for CDM role as well. Like I have trained two students for statistical role, and sometimes they get CDM as well. So you should look for the statistical job. But meanwhile, if you get an opportunity in CDM, so you should obviously take an entry. Your primary focus should be on statistical, but if you're getting CDM, good to go. Salaries are very good and high on CDM as well, especially on CDM programming. What is CDM, Mohit? I have recently created a broadcast with my student who got selected in Fortria 2 years back. And 2 years back it was laptop, now it got converted into Fortria. You can go and check entire video, because I have asked many questions to him. What is CDM? What's the salary? How was his journey? How he started learning from me? So that's an 30 40 minutes long video. You can get entire knowledge of the CDM from scratch to end. I can explain you here as well, but it's better to have. If I'm having a broadcast with my student, he's a working professional since 2 years. It's better to check that. Mahesh, can we accept? Is there any openings for fresher in the year 2025? Of course, opening will be always there. There will be no year when the openings will be not there in the market. Why? Because see, if someone is getting hired as a statistical programmer training or fresher, so after 6 months to 1 year, he gonna get promoted on statistical programmer one role. Okay, so once he gonna promoted after a statistical programmer one role after 3 months, 4 months, or 6 months, again company have to hire, because every time company is hiring, after some period, depend upon the designation, they're gonna promote them after 1 year, after 1.5 year or 2 year. So if people are getting promoted every 1 year or every 2 year, every third year, depend upon the designation. If you are a manager, your promotion will take more time, maybe 2 3 years. If you are in the initial roles, your promotion can take up to 1 2 year. Okay, so every 1 2 year you are getting promotion, right? So who gonna work the previous work? Do you think who gonna do the previous work? They have to keep the cycle moving. They have to hire freshers, and companies, I believe, their revenue is more in the freshers, and because the negotiation is very good at the fresher ends, so they can hire a fresher with a low package. But in case of having like people who are having experience, for them they have to pay very high salary. But obvious, they get good output as well, because they have experience. Madhuri, if I do clinical research SaaS program, can I do so again another programming related job? Can it be? If I do clinical research SaaS programming, the role is not clinical research SaaS programming. The role is specifically statistical programming. Earlier, it was called as clinical SaaS programmer, but now globally it is known as statistical programmer. But obvious, you should, if you want, if you have time and money, spend You can spend that money and time in learning for this role because you get huge chunk of knowledge about the industry during the training on this role. You get the knowledge about the entire clinical research industry because training for this role that requires knowledge of end to end. So yeah, you get very good knowledge during the learning part about this industry. Lovely, and obviously the role pays very well compared to other roles in CRO. Lovely, which is at regulatory affairs or clinical analyst. I'll suggest clinical analyst, especially statistical and serial. But you have to choose for regulatory affairs and clinical analyst and clinical analyst. But if I have like between those two, I'll give you clinical analyst. If I have to choose the other, you can go for statistical and serial. Last, sir, thank you for guidance. I have cleared SAS-based specialist program. That's great. Good to hear. Dev, but dear sir, I do a master's degree or it won't be matter much. Dev, once you get entry, no one asks your degree to be true. And because it's all about experience, now you'll be known for your experience. Now in the next interviews, you'll be known for your experience, no certification, no degree, nothing. But still, if you feel I should spend some time in the learning or doing degree, if you are interested, for sure you should do it. But I feel in terms of growth and everything, now no degree is required for you because you got the job, right? Now it's all about the experience you are getting in your job. So that's what it matters. Someone is telling my sound is not clear. Guys, can you confirm me is my sound is clear to all or not? Okay, let me do something. Just allow me for a minute. Okay, so what happened? I'll tell you. So what happened? My Wi-Fi. Multiple people are using this Wi-Fi. Okay, so multiple people are using because some of the students they came for learning offline, and our office renovation is going on. So the students are living at my place only, with me only, the next to me in the different room. So because they are also using the Wi-Fi and the same Wi-Fi is like I'm using, so it might be the reason you know it it was unable to share the load because multiple people are using. So I hope my voice is clear. Now let's go to the next question, Ganesh. So if I have learned SAS, as you told, if I'm not getting job quickly, you told to work in PV for some experience. Not only on PV, any other role related to your educational background, any other role, and then parallelly apply for SAS CDM. Then we need to have a PV course done. For PV, see for PV medical writer, for other roles, you don't need any training. Just get a basic idea from internet or basic knowledge from internet or YouTube and apply for the job. You don't need any specific training. Don't pay a single money for that, I believe. Vijay Kumar, sir, along with clinical SAS, our language is mandatory. If I have to tell you, not mandatory, but yeah, good to have for sure. If you are doing it in 2000.